let's talk about something a lot of us feel, but maybe don't always talk about. That empty feeling. You know the one? It's this quiet, nagging hollowness. But here's the thing, if you've ever felt it, you are definitely not alone. So let's try to get a handle on it together.
Seriously, have you ever been there? Maybe you're at a party, surrounded by people, laughing and talking, but on the inside you feel completely disconnected, like you're watching your own life from the outside.
Or how about this one? You wake up, you go through the motions of your day, but you have this nagging sense of, what am I even doing? Where am I going? It's that feeling of being adrift, without a map or a destination. If you're nodding your head to any of this, please hear me on this. It is perfectly normal. Feeling this way doesn't mean something's wrong with you. It's just part of being human.
And what's so wild about this empty feeling is that it doesn't care about your job title, your bank account, or how many followers you have. You can have everything you're supposed to want and still feel it. That's usually a big clue that the problem isn't what's on the outside, but something going on inside of us.
So that's what we're going to dig into. We're going to break down 4 of the most common reasons why people feel this way, according to psychologists. Because once you can name it, once you understand the why, you're already on the path to feeling better.
All right, let's jump in with number 1.
First up is a big one, losing touch with yourself. This is what happens when you just don't really know who you are anymore. You don't know what you stand for, what you really value, or what you want. And without that internal compass, well, it's pretty easy to feel lost, right?
So often, we just pour all of our time and energy outwards, into our careers or making sure everyone else is happy. But the way back is to turn that focus inward, to actually set aside time to just be with yourself, to listen to your own thoughts and get reacquainted with what truly matters to you. Okay, on to our second reason. Reason number 2 is all about connection, or the lack of it. This goes right back to that feeling of being lonely in a crowd. You can have tons of people around you, but if you don't have those deep, meaningful relationships, you can still feel totally isolated.
And hey, this isn't just a nice thought, it's backed by a ton of research. A key study from 2003 pretty much nailed it, saying that the quality of our relationships is one of the absolute biggest factors in our overall happiness. It's that important.
And let's be super clear here. This has nothing to do with being popular or having a huge number of friends. It's about quality, not quantity. It's about having those 1 or 2 people you can be completely yourself with, the ones you can have a real, vulnerable conversation with. That's the stuff that fills you up. All right, let's talk about reason number 3.
This one is about looking backwards. Sometimes that empty space you're feeling today isn't about today at all. It's an echo from your past. It's old, unresolved stuff that's still got a hook in you, keeping you from really living in the present. Think about it. After a huge breakup, a major loss, or even a professional failure, it's so easy to feel like a piece of you is missing. That's because we sometimes let a person or a job or an achievement become our entire identity. And when it's gone, we feel like we're gone too.
So how do you deal with that? Well, it's a process. It starts with making peace with what happened. Then you've got to deliberately pull your focus back to the here and now. And this next one is huge. You have to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for whatever you think you did wrong, and just give yourself permission to heal.
And that brings us to our 4th and final reason.
This last one is all about looking ahead. It's about having no dreams to follow. If you don't have something you're excited about, something you're working toward, life can very quickly start to feel meaningless. You're just going through the motions.
We're wired to want things, to strive, to build. Dreams give our lives direction and meaning. They make us feel like we matter. And it doesn't matter how big or small they are. Maybe it's starting a family, or opening a small business, or just getting really, really good at something. That passion is what pushes the emptiness out.
So we've got our 4 reasons: being out of touch with yourself, lacking deep connections, being haunted by the past, and having no vision for the future. Understanding these is awesome, but the real work, the real journey, that's about finding your why. And it always starts from within.
This is maybe the most important thing to remember. No one can give you the answer. These ideas are like a map, but you are the one who has to take the journey. Only you can truly understand where that empty feeling is coming from for you. It's not always going to be a quick or easy process, but taking that time to look inside and figure out your why, that is the first, most powerful step you can take towards building a life that feels genuinely happy and full. So, I'll just leave you with this question.
What's one thing you can do today, not tomorrow, today, to reconnect with yourself? It doesn't have to be massive. Maybe it's just 5 minutes of quiet time, a quick walk outside, or sending a text to a friend you miss. What's that one small step you can take right now?